the fact that lots of things in our universe are mathematically describable. That is, we can use the language of mathematics to describe them.
Mhm.
And that is so amazing
Mhm.
that really clever people like Einstein saw that there was a problem. And you remember the famous thing he said, the most incomprehensible thing about the universe is that it's comprehensible.
Yes.
He could see that there was something absolutely amazing, that someone thinking here could come up with equations that described what's going on out there. So a word-based universe at that level. But then, much later than Einstein, we discovered that in biology, life is a word-based phenomenon as well. An information bearing macromolecule, DNA. So at the heart of the two sides, physics and biology, it's word-based. And that resonates very much with me. In the beginning was the Word.
Hmm.
And I remember, this will amuse you, years ago, I was working in Cardiff, and next to me, or almost next to me, was Professor Chandra Wickramasinghe. I don't know whether you've heard of him. He is an astrophysicist and worked a great deal with Fred Hoyle.
Mhm.
And we were talking about this one day, and he'd been in America, and he'd got into one of these so-called creation trials. And he said, it's such a pity. He said, the people in America, the Christians, were very nice, but they're so hopelessly naive, they believe the Bible. And I felt I had to defend my Christian brothers and sisters, in spite of how extreme their views might be. And I said, well, actually, I believe the Bible, in the sense that I take it very seriously, because, of course, it's full of metaphor and all this kind of thing. And he said, prove it to me. So I walked over to the board. I'll never forget this. He threw me a piece of chalk, and I had to prove it to him. So I wrote, and God said, let there be light. So Chandra roared his head off, and he said, there you go. You're as naive as the rest of them. Do you think God has a voice box and lungs like they have? And I said, Chandra, now you're being naive. This is very simple language. But if you don't mind, let me put it in different language. So underneath this, I wrote, in the beginning was the Word. And he said, what does that mean? And I went on, and all things came to be through the Word. Well, I said, word, speech, information. And he stopped me at that